Hello, everybody. I am just thinking about creativity and the fact that creative outlets aren't nearly as much of a focus as they should be in our economy. As it stands, the GDP reigns supreme. It's how we measure everything, but it's not super consistent with progress and human well-being, which you could say who gives a shit about those things, but fundamentally a happy society is a productive society, but a lazy society is an unproductive society. So you got to find the balance, and I think the key is balance here. It's not shifting so far to the left that social programs overwhelm everything and that there's no incentive to work. But I don't think anybody really just wants to sit around and do nothing. Even being disabled, people want to create. They want to be something more than just sit around and get lost in reality TV. I do believe that there is a certain amount of people that have given up so much, but it's generational, right? I don't think that it has to do with necessarily the depression that exists now. I think that's just adding to it and catalyzing people off a cliff. But we've been also kind of conditioned from parents and whatnot that downtime, relaxing time is resting in front of the TV, and really, unfortunately, it's the opposite of that. I think what people really should be doing is getting out, hiking mountains, meeting with their friends, starting D&D groups, role-playing, cosplay, whatever the hell it is, anything other than TV, and involving themselves in nothing but unending simulated worlds. There's plenty of that in the future for humanity. There's nothing but that in the future of humanity. So I really think that it's important that, although that's great, I love video games. Don't get me wrong. I mean, especially this new game by Hideo Kojima is amazing. I absolutely Metal Gear Solid is amazing. Metal Gear games in general are amazing, but Death Stranding is a walking simulator. It's fucking unreal. You're basically just walking the entire time, but you are all about it. It's intense, it's real, it's this unexplainable game. You really have to check it out yourself. But I just think it's mind-boggling, the direction that things have gone in simulations. Like, we are literally simulating obstacle walking, like avoiding fucking rocks with a bunch of stuff on your back and teeter-tottering, and it's not like you can just run. Like, you have to really kind of, it's very similar to what it would be like if you had to really hike with a ton of stuff over long distances. And for some people, it's not going to be your cup of tea. But this started turning into a Death Stranding review, and that's, what you'll find is I go on tangents from time to time. But most importantly, I think that living in a simulation is what we're doing now, quite possibly. Mathematically, signs point to yes. I think that it's just too painful, I think, for it to be an actual simulation. That's why I think this may be base reality, which is almost impossible mathematically. But so is our entire existence if we are an organism. So anyway, where I was going is that, like, people are spending their time in simulations when there's a whole world of experience and things out there. And I think that creation, whether you're creating a teepee in the woods, you're whittling something out of wood, you're Jackson Pollocking your walls as an art statement. I think that all of it is really it's necessary. And as time goes on, people start expressing themselves through code and different methods. But I think that this idea that we have to just slave away at a job that we hate until we die is the only option for us is just wrong. College was wrong. We should have been going to trade schools. We should have been going to graphic arts programs. We should have been focusing on the things that matter in a future society, which we weren't prepared for. It told us to be fucking doctors and lawyers, and everybody's a doctor and lawyer, and there's no jobs for them left, let alone all of the other bullshit that they let us think would be okay. They literally condition us to believe you can be whatever you want. Fucking wake up call, you can't. And because of it, people are dying anxiously and depressed. And I'm not going to ever teach my son that. I'm going to teach him that you can't always be whatever you want. But if you choose that path, it may not be fun. It may be hard, and you may not be good at it. Unfortunately, I hate to be a realist, but some people just pick up guitar and they suck. I'm one of them. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys listening to what I have to say, and these rants are important to me. I'm not living in my head with it, so it's important that I get it out. And you just happen to be the happy medium in which I do so. So thank you. Subscribe, like below, all that stuff. Keep creating.